Welcome back to Ferocious Education, this is Ed. Today I'm going to be talking about SOS Cloud, going with the ticker SOS. So I did cover this one multiple times before, but today I'm going to be delivering some information that I haven't uncovered before. So hopefully this will be useful for you. And as well, I'm going to be following that by a bit of technical analysis afterwards. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. Now, if you would like to watch my previous video, you'll find the link to that in the description below. Now, SOS Cloud, I covered this one multiple times before, but I missed one single piece of line that I really think is crucial. So out of all the mining rigs, etc. for cryptocurrency and mining, one thing actually covers, or at least gets my attention. And this line here says, currently across all mining fleet operations, SOS total capacity is to generate approximately 527 pH per second for mining Bitcoin and 1456 gigahertz per second for mining Ethereum. SOS currently gets over, well, actually I'm going to read this one on separately. SOS currently gets over 90% of its energy for mining operations from renewable resources. Now this is crucial because this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin and cryptocurrency got hit this week. And it really comes to one thing. Bitcoin is generally seen to be as non-environmentally friendly kind of resource because two things happen. One, the way you operate or mine for Bitcoin, it's a little bit about guessing game, and so there is some energy wasted. Two, majority of that energy used for mining Bitcoin aren't really coming from renewable sources, but SOS is looking at 90% renewable sources, so it really becomes in more of a better solution than a lot of other mining companies that just hop onto the grid and basically use on whatever kind of electricity form is actually being used on that grid. So renewable sources is definitely a way to go. Now, the other thing that I do want to take a look at here is the MSI index. Now, the MSI index here, there's been, or MSCI, my bad, a lot of people have been saying SOS is being added to it. Now, on May 11th, we did receive a bit of a letter there with hundreds of additions to different indexes. Now, the current index that I did find that it will be added to is this one here, and it goes towards the MSCI China index. Out of additions, you have SOS sitting literally right there, SOS. And so it will be, and it looks like it is going to be added to the MSCI index, and that does provide some legitimacy towards SOS operations. Now, the next thing here is institutional buyers. Institutional buyers have been quiet today and almost this week. But if you go back towards the month of May, there's been a lot of additions and hundreds of thousands of shares being added towards the index itself, towards the different institutional buyers themselves, relating towards institutional buyers in general. Now, taking a look a little bit towards the fundamentals, what we get to see here is that the price over sales is around 1238. That might be a little bit too high because the market average is sitting closer to 4. Now, on the price over book, it's $76. Now, if we were to look at the SP 500, you're looking at 453 as an average for the price over book. Now, granted, this is the companies in SP 500, but nonetheless, price over book of $76 is quite of a lucrative point to get at. Now, the EPS for this year is around 106 or 108% increase. In the past 5 years, it's actually been positive as well, and return on investments is sitting around 7% or 7.10%. So it's not that bad really to look at. Now, yes, you do look at some things, for instance, relating towards the sales past 5 years, it's been a bit of a decline, but cryptocurrency addition and Bitcoin mining, that seems to be adding something. Now, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency seems to be a little bit stabilizing with almost a resistance closer to the 40,000 and another support closer to around 37,500. Now, this really depends on two things that I did talk about. For instance, we're talking about the China kind of interest towards minimalizing or playing into the cryptocurrency mining operations and restricting it, or perhaps regulating that market. And SOS is based in there, and really what Elon Musk kind of tweets. So if Elon decides to tweet Bitcoin bad tomorrow, it might tank. If Elon tweets an image of diamonds, it might skyrocket. You never know. But what I'm trying to say here is that SOS is still linked to Bitcoin and Ethereum's prices. Now, the other thing, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click that like button down below and click the subscribe button in the bottom right corner and turn notifications on. If you would like to join our Discord, you can click show more and you can join our Discord down in the link below, totally free, and you can back out anytime if you don't enjoy it there. Let's move on now towards technical analysis. So from a technical analysis standpoint of view, and I do recommend that you watch it to the end, there's a couple of things that are interesting. First off, the MACD seems to have gone towards a bullish reversal and is increasing in strength, and that's definitely bullish. The next thing is the ADX is at 2131, and what this is saying is that there is a very strong trend potentially forming here. And the other thing is momentum for the first time in a while is positive, and that's definitely bullish. The price point is almost for the first time ever in a while, well actually in a while, is between the 10 SMA and the 30 EMA, and that is a bullish zone. 50 SMA is above the 200 SMA, and that's another bullish zone. Now, the next thing I do want to take a look at here is the willing percent R, which is overbought in this level. So that's the only bearish thing that I can think of when looking at the charts. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both suggesting that there might actually be another leg up for this one. Now, what we're seeing is almost very similar to this level here. And if that is true, we might actually see a little bit of a higher levels, but we're going to need to look at resistances, etc., and as well longer trends. So trend lines would be really helpful for that. And if we were to look into the moving average bands, we see that this one is expected to trade between the moving averages at 386 on the top and 316 on the bottom. Now the Bollinger Bands is between 439 on the top and 262 at the bottom. Now the next thing I do want to look at is the Fibonacci retracements levels. Here we see a very strong resistance line at the 467. Above there, 682. Above there, 854, 1027, 1274, and 1587. The support looks to be at 122 for the Fibonacci retracements. However, on a price line action, we see that there is a very strong resistance sitting at 397. Above there, 476. Above there, 557. Above there, you're looking up to 671. And then going upwards to 764, going to 867, 964, and then up to 1051 and towards 1192. Significant support levels are 331, next 287, and then 252, and then down to 192. And then the next thing that I do want to pinpoint is the channel that I drew before a while ago. And it goes something like this. And the interesting thing here is that it's actually kind of breaking above that channel. And if it does even give you a little bit of green on the next day, it really is breaking that trend. And so this is a very critical time. Now, if I was to just get this channel a little bit higher, it would be around here. Now, if we do break this channel and stay above it, then this downtrend is officially broken. And for that, we can start getting towards a recovery, and hopefully, and I really wish for, anyone who bought closer to here can get out on a profit. So what do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and leave notifications on, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I do recommend that you go ahead and join our Discord server. There's a lot of amazing folks in here. We do a lot of discussions here into the trading floor throughout the day. A lot of people are in there, and we do ask questions. You can ask me any question you would like on there. We do post research and DDs, and we hold weekly chat sessions. And we also do have a lounge in there. So make sure to actually join that and join the fun there. Have a wonderful day and a good one.